With 2024 ending and 2025 coming into the light, I've always thought about the future of the Sonic franchise. The Sonic series in itself has been improving a lot since around 2022, so that leaves a question, what could be next? We already know that with 2023 and 2024, Sonic Team had a sort of year dedicated to Amy and Shadow respectively. And today, I'd like to explain why I think if we do this again, it'll be Tails, and also why I don't think it'll be a really good idea. Before I talk about why I believe 2025 might be the year of Tails, I want to explain why 2023 and 2024 worked so well for Amy and Shadow. 2023 really worked for Amy because it wasn't really about storyline and expanding the character. The main thing 2023 had for Amy was including her into games that she wasn't into before, hence why she has a lot more appearances in games like Sonic Origins, Superstars, and the third update for Sonic Frontiers. 2024, the year of Shadow, was made to expand the lore of Shadow the Hedgehog, hence why we have the Sonic 3 movie and Shadow Generations. These work a lot for the characters because Amy hasn't really been a very important character for a long time, but she also has a somewhat fleshed out story, so the main point was to make her a playable character. This works because it gave her a lot of relevance she didn't have a lot of. As for Shadow, we don't know all that much about him, and his connection with Black Doom wasn't really touched on, so Shadow Generations really helped expand and explain it. And the Sonic 3 movie helps newer fans get introduced to Shadow. This is why 2023 and 2024 worked so well for both characters, because there was something we needed for both of the characters. To start this off, this is just my thoughts, so none of this is confirmed in any way. I don't know if 2025 will even be a year for anybody, but judging by how things are going, it actually makes a lot of sense. For one, the latest development in Tails' story being Frontiers is having Tails kind of redeem himself for what happened in Lost World and especially Forces. And throughout Chaos Island, the whole point of Tails was that he said he wants to try and grow out of Sonic Shadow. And the main thing is at the end of Frontiers, Tails himself says he wants to explore on his own. Dream Team clearly doesn't count, and Sonic Superstars happened in the past, so we've yet to really see that. So if anybody were to have a year dedicated to them, it'd be Tails, but the problem with this is something extremely obvious. We've done this all before. When Tails said and did the exact same thing in SA1, it was new, and Tails actually progressed as a character, and in Sonic Adventure 2, we saw him taking that action by not being so cowardly anymore. Unless there's some super new and interesting lore about Tails that we never knew, it seems they'll just do what they did again. Going back to the previous years, Tails doesn't necessarily need to be added to games because he had some relevance unlike Amy did, and ever since the very beginning of the series, we've known Tails' backstory. And to end this video off, we have to ask, if the year of 2025 were to go to anybody, who do I think it should go to? Well, I only have one real option, one that fits one of the categories we've mentioned. In the case of lore for the character, the person I think should be a year dedicated to them is Silver. He's obviously one of the only characters whose story hasn't really been concrete. You can look into how his timeline is or how the beginning of his story came about. I would just like it to be something that doesn't have all too much to do with Sonic, because the main focus should be on him. We still don't know when exactly Sonic and Silver met because Generations doesn't make much sense, and Sonic 06 never really happened. Maybe you could squeeze in a game between Unleashed and Generations? It'd be pretty cool.